4, 3, 2, 1.
Cue music.
This is Movies First with Alex First.
A sensational-looking, futuristic building in Hong Kong, the world's tallest and supposedly safest, is the centrepiece of The Rock's latest blockbuster. In a word, Skyscraper brought back memories of the second disaster film I saw, The Towering Inferno in 1974. Incidentally, the first was The Poseidon Adventure a couple of years earlier. This too had disaster written all over it from the moment we first set eyes upon the gleaming monolith. But the plot in Skyscraper is far more nefarious, and the special effects, naturally, significantly more advanced. Add to my Towering Inferno reference another tip of the hat to the tense Die Hard series. When we first meet Will Sawyer, Dwayne Johnson, he's the lead member of an elite division of the FBI hostage rescue team, in the middle of a tense standoff with a troubled man who's holding his family hostage. Next, we cut to a decade later. Now married to Dr. Sawyer, a talented naval surgeon, played by Neve Campbell, due to circumstances, he's left the military and become a private contractor, advising the corporate sector on security. Then, the seemingly dream job lands in his lap, courtesy of a former colleague who's head of security for the world's tallest and most advanced building. It's known as the Pearl. Little does Sawyer know that when he meets the building's owner, the owner's security detail, and the skyscraper's intended insurer, that meeting will set in motion the most dramatic events in Sawyer's life. Make no mistake, not only his, but his family's fate will lie in the balance as the building comes under attack and fire erupts. It's then that Johnson goes into combat mode, a la Bruce Willis as John McClane in the Die Hard series. In this case, it's a hobbled He-Man to the rescue.
You're listening to Movies First. For more, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
In just a few words, the plot and its execution were less than convincing. I'm afraid I didn't buy much, if any of it. Try as he does, Johnson has a hard time making a pretty ordinary script credible. I did like the fact that Campbell is given far more than significant other status. She plays a character who's highly credentialed and highly competent in her own right, even if some of her feats to avoid disaster, like Johnson's, leave you incredulous. I did appreciate at least some of her more humorous exchanges with her on-screen hubby in Johnson. The actors playing their children failed to convince me that they were appropriately scared in the dire circumstances in which they found themselves. They looked and felt rehearsed and artificial. And we know which way the surly, scowling Noah Taylor as the insurance guy will play his hand the moment we first set eyes upon him. So Rawson Marshall Thurber, who worked with Johnson on Central Intelligence in 2016, hasn't set the world ablaze, if you pardon the pun, with his latest written and directorial effort. Skyscraper scores a 5.5 out of 10.
You've been listening to Movies First with Alex First. Subscribe to the full podcast at Audioboom, Stitcher and iTunes, or your favourite podcast distributor. This has been another quality podcast production from Bytes.com.